Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us here this morning if you're in Australia, and good evening in the United States. So today we'll be going through Sisel overview, the keys to success, a successful business with Sisel. So first speaker we have today is Dr. Kurt Visnick. He is a chiropractor, and he's been a chiropractor for over 30 years. He's a doctor, and about 20 years ago he branched out into age reversal medicine. And he became interested in age reversal medicine after his youngest boy was diagnosed with asthma. And so age reversal medicine is really a massive growing field in the industry and is really set to be the biggest. And Kurt's going to touch on why that is the case. So I'm going to hand over to you, Kurt.
All right. Well, thanks for the introduction, Katie, and thanks everyone for joining us today on this call, on this webinar, and it's my pleasure to be here with Katie and Tim and all of you. The first slide, if you're on the slide, says why Sisel and the keys to a successful business. I'll tell you, I was thinking about it today. I was thinking about it this morning. Is that, you know what? Man, I'll tell you, I went to my office. I'm a chiropractor. I've been doing it for 30 years. And I used to go to work at 7:30 in the morning. I'd come home at usually 7:30 at night, and I did that Monday through Friday, and I did that for over 20 years. And I never got to see my family. I never got to watch my kids take their first step. I have 3 boys. I never got to see any of them do that. I never watched any of them lose their first tooth. And you think about that. I mean, I hear people saying that. I hear dads saying that. I'm like, oh man, I didn't get to do that. And then when my middle boy, he was chosen to sing a solo down at Disney World. And me, you know, I'm that guy. I got to go to work. I got to go to work. There's nobody that's going to come in and watch my practice for me while I'm gone. I can't shut my office down for a week because I'm afraid that, you know, what's going to happen to my office if that happens. And I feel bad about it every time I think about it now, because I never got to see my son. I got to look at pictures and I got to watch the video, but I never got to be there. And it sucked. And so why Sisel? Why Sisel for me? Because it really has given me some options. It's given me some choices that now I can decide what I want to do. You know, we were talking about before the call started. 2 weeks ago, I was out visiting my youngest boy out in Spokane. He moved out to Spokane, Washington, which is a 21-hour drive from here. I went out there, and along the way, I stopped and visited friends, and I got to work along the way. And I get to travel, and the truck that I drive is paid for by the company, and Katie will cover that. But that's why it's Sisel for me, and the products. I mean, oh my gosh, I'm a product guy. I've looked at products left and right, up and down, trying to find products that make a difference, and Tim will cover that. Tim Proctor will cover the products and how they work and all of that. But all I have to say to people is, as a physician, let me tell you what, you won't find any products better than what we have here. And I started talking to people about, you know, if we look at just the core products, 78% of people take a vitamin, and most of them take a multivitamin. Less than 20% take what I'm going to call a specialized vitamin. And when we take a look at the products that we have here, our core products, unbelievable. And so I just want to say that. So next slide, please. About 30 years ago, the Mowers, Tom Sr. was a father coming home for work, and he had been requested by his boss to come up with a series of personal care products. And he went to the bathroom thinking, well, I'll just look at the bottle and see what's there and formulate a shampoo. And when he turned it over and he started looking at the bottle, he realized how toxic the ingredients were. And he said, I'm not going to let my family use that. And he started throwing everything away. And when Tom told me the story, I was just kind of almost laughing, because I can imagine what you know, a wife would say if all of a sudden you're throwing everything away. What are we going to use? And Tom said, I'm going to formulate some new stuff that's safe for people to use. And he's been educating people on this. He's been informing people on this, and he's been empowering people across the globe on this mission that he's on, a mission to really help people get healthier. Next slide, please. And so this is a picture of Tom and Tom Jr. And Tom and Tom Jr. actually are co-owners of Sisel, and they work on it together. Both of them are just brilliant scientists. I tell people that, and I mean it. Some of the smartest people that I know, and I know some pretty bright people, you know, hanging around with different scientists, and these are some of the brightest people that I know. Next slide, please. So when Tom got started with his mission 30 years ago, he didn't own Sisel. Sisel wasn't even a brainchild yet, and he had another company. He lost that in a divorce, and when they decided that they were going to start Sisel, they decided that they were going to build this company. They were going to build it into what we call a dynasty trust, which means that it's going to exist for the next 250 years in a company, a legacy company, a company that when I pass away, I can hand it down to my kids, and they can hand it down to their kids, down to my grandkids, and think about that. That's a company that you can build, and you look at companies every day that are just going down the tubes. Here we have a company that's not going to do that. And so it's a lifelong passion for the Mowers, but for those of us like Katie and Tim and I and a lot of people that are on the call or sharing this call with people, I can tell you what, it's a passion for everybody once you understand what it is. And the products that we have, I mean, I'll tell you, I'd share these products with people even if they didn't pay me to share them with people because they are that good. Next slide, please. So we're here for one reason, and that reason is we're here to help you build your future. We're going to build our future by helping you build your future, and that's the whole idea behind network marketing. You can't do it unless you help someone else. Next slide, please. So a lot of times people tell me, they'll say, you know, so what's different about Sisel? You know, I've been in one of those deals before. I've been in one of those companies, you know, or my Uncle John, he was in one of those, and he didn't, you know, it didn't work out. And so what I try and tell people is that when we look at Sisel, the difference is like we said, look at the Mowers. They're on a mission. They don't need to be doing this. All of them are multi-millionaires, and they're doing this because they want to make a difference. They've got experience running network marketing companies. The previous company was the 5th largest company on the planet. We've got a sustainable product line. We've got one that these products, Tom says that if a product is on the shelf for longer than 5 years and it hasn't been reformulated, it's obsolete. And you'll see that. He's changing products, he's combining products, he's reformulating products, he's adding new ingredients all the time because he's up on the science. He has 20 full-time scientists working for him, always looking at the new ingredients, looking at the science, researching it to discover what's new, what's best for us. Next slide, please. So you'll find also that we have inequality and compensation. Katie will cover that. We have good money if you're just getting started. We have good money if you're a seasoned veteran. What does Sisel stand for? Well, Sisel stands for the science, innovation, success, energy, and longevity. And the more that you dig into Sisel, the deeper you dig into it, you're going to find that these are the things that we stand for. Most companies, the deeper you dig into their company, the worse it looks. I mean, if it looks bad on the surface, wait till you start digging in. It looks worse on the inside. Sisel, you start digging in, and all of a sudden you start to find that this is just a really rock-solid company. We're going to be here for a long time. We're debt-free. We don't owe anybody anything. We don't have a board of directors to answer to. It's us. We're the board of directors, those of us that are out there building the company. Next slide, please. So Sisel has an advantage, one big advantage over a lot of companies is that we manufacture our own products. And we've got state-of-the-art. It's actually about 480,000 square feet now, the manufacturing plant. People come from other industries just to view what we have in our manufacturing plant. They want to see how do we make it so it operates so smoothly? How do we make it so it operates so clean with so few employees working actually in the warehouse? And we have a water system that comes in. I mean, you can imagine that we're making shampoos and personal care products, they have to have a different pH. They have to have different minerals in the water than, say, the juices and the liquid nutritionals. They have to have different ingredients than other products. And so what you'll find is that Tom was a water chemist prior to going into making products. And so a lot of city municipalities actually come just to examine the water system and to have a look at that to figure out what can we do to make the water safe. And so we're a very diversified company. We make products for a lot of different companies, network marketing companies, as well as other nutritional companies across the globe. Next slide, please. So the Mauer mission doesn't just stop at helping people find safe products. You'll hear me talking about that a lot. I'm a product guy. I'm a doctor. I'm looking for products all the time that can help people. That's what I've been doing all afternoon is running around, meeting with people, telling people here, this will help you, this will help you, and this will help your dad. That's what I'm into. But it also creates wealth. Like I said earlier, 2 weeks ago, I was out in Washington, out in Spokane, visiting my son. And because the company pays me enough that I can do this thing full time. And all of you can too. If you're listening to this presentation, whether you're listening to it on a recording, you're listening now, I mean, seriously, when you listen to Katie talk about the compensation plan, all I tell people is this, is if you look at our core products and you just get a few people taking those and you help them find a few people that take those, what you're going to find is eventually you're going to have a few hundred people that are going to be taking the products, and as a result, the company is going to pay you thousands and thousands of dollars to do that. And think about that. Money isn't everything, but it gives you the choice to do what you want to do. It gives you the opportunity for you to make the choices. We're in over 40 countries right now, and I know that there's more that they're working on for this year, and there's more that they're working on for the future. Next slide, please. So Sisel has just a vast variety of different products in a lot of different product lines. We don't just talk about vitamins and supplements and anti-aging. We talk about a lot of different things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand the microphone over to a friend of mine. Tim Proctor and I got to be friends in Sisel. We never knew each other before. We actually we work cross-line. If he makes $1, I don't make anything from helping him. But we reach across the line and we help each other build this thing. And that's what you'll find if you're new to Sisel. Think about that. If you go to work, traditional business, a lot of times you don't want to give the guy in the next cubicle your tips and your secrets because he might get your next promotion. But in Sisel, we find each other, helping each other across these lines. And Tim and his wife have done real well with the weight loss. They've lost a lot of weight together, and Tim has been able to retire and take this thing and work full time with it. So Tim, I'm going to hand it over to you. Tim Proctor from Florida.
Thanks, Kurt, for having me on, and also Katie as well for hosting this. And yes, with all the products that we have, there's something that's going to touch any and all aspects of your life. We're not just a single product company or a single area that we're working on. So we've got everything that's going to touch every aspect of your life. And go ahead, next slide. What we're going to talk about first is our beauty line. And with that, it's actually a $245 billion industry that's out there that we have a share of. And what's really neat is the product lines that we have. When I mention beauty, most people think, oh, it's the ladies area. It's not, guys. For those of you that are listening, there's products in there that are for us as well. It's not just cosmetics. It's not just lipstick, makeup. There's skincare products that we need as well. I know I lived out in the Midwest. I know how dry and it is out there. The heat kind of gets your skin a little wrinkly and all because of that, being out in the sun. Here in Florida where I live, it's the same thing, except for the humidity is the only difference. But it gets really hot. You work outside, you start to get, your skin will start to wrinkle because of that. The sun will start aging your skin more. And these products will take care of it for you. And Tom, when he formulated these, he made sure that there was no toxins in there, no harsh chemicals, anything like that that's going to hurt us. Because a lot of the things, ladies, lipsticks have lead in there. The skincare has parabens, things like that out in the marketplace, and Tom didn't want those because he wants us to be healthy. And so those are some great ideas and products, and he just launched a new item called Intrepid, and this is something that's going to help take away wrinkles. It's not for long term. It's something that'll be able to put on, but it doesn't last just 2 hours like a lot of the stuff out on the market right now. It doesn't leave a white chalkiness around the eyes or anywhere that you're using it. This is something you can wear, and guys can wear it too. I've used it myself. That under the eye bags will disappear. The wrinkles on the forehead, the laugh lines or frown lines, whichever one you want to call them, crow's feet, they disappear. And because of it being not water soluble, which means you can go take a shower, go take a bath, swim if you want to, it's not going to come off. Whereas the other products, like I said, they're water soluble. You start doing something, put a makeup on or something that has a little bit of moisture, go swimming, get caught in the rain, it starts falling off. You start looking funny. But that's something that Tom has formulated, and it's something that's actually good because some of the peptides that are in there actually will start helping the skin make itself feel a little bit younger, get more elasticity into it. So that's just something that Tom does, and as Kurt said, he checks to see what's out there. So he does the research on the research and brings those in so that he can make some products for us. Next slide, please. Now this one is something that is really near and dear to my heart because the flagship item is called Fucoidan, and this, what we're talking about in this area, is called longevity, and this is something that helps with how you're going to live a little bit longer, have a better quality life. And this is about a $35 billion industry that we have, again, another share in. This covers our nutritional items, but the one item that I've started to talk about is the top-selling product that Tom has, or Sisel has. It's the flagship item, actually. It's called Fucoidan, and this is something that it's a super immune booster. It works in several different areas. It works at your cellular level to repair it, works your digestive system. It, it can work pretty much anywhere. There's almost 1,500 studies on PubMed.com. Some people will tell you .org. Both places will go, so you can go to that. And that's PubMed.com or .org, and look at the research on there. Like I said, I think it's 1,450 of them to be exact as of today. But that's something, because of it, I haven't been sick in 5 years. And so that's something that I enjoy. We've got some people that use it because of some of the effects that it can have on cancers. But again, it's not this particular product. We can't, because of the FTC, we can't say that we treat or cure anything. But this is just based on studies that are out there and testimonials of people that have actually used it on the Fucoidan. We also have a product called TSX. We're talking living longer. This one actually lets you live longer by making you younger. So, that's a revolutionary product that's out there. It's based on a 2009 Nobel Prize winning study. Tom also, when he makes nutritional products for us, he doesn't use, like a lot of companies, and I'll use our omegas as an example, doesn't use just a product for omega. Another product is CoQ10. Another product is this. What he does is he has them, and then he figures out a way, okay, let's put these together to see how they're going to work. Because by doing that, like our omegas, it has several strands of omega. He gets it also from not just one area. He gets it from the algae, which is eaten by krill, and then he uses the omegas from the krill. Then the krill is eaten by cold water fish, and he uses that to make up the omegas as well. So there's 3 different areas that really makes all the omegas come together. And then he also combines a CoQ10 in there, so you're not having to buy a CoQ10 product off the side to add to it. It's in there. So that's something that we really enjoy because he has all these products that gives us a big boost. Next slide, please. All right, Sisel Life, and what that means, this is all the products for mainly around your house that you're going to use. You know, for home care, health, personal care products, that's a $120 billion industry that's out there. And all of these products, like I said, are toxin-free because Tom wants you to be healthy. His conditioners, shampoos, bubble bath, shower gel, laundry detergent, dish soap, all of those are toothpaste. All of those products are healthy for us to enjoy. A lot of the products, if you go out to the grocery stores, department stores, or whatever, and buy a shampoo, you're going to see one ingredient in there, sodium lauryl sulfate. A lot of people will say, or the companies will say, oh, it's natural, it comes from coconuts. Well, some places that's true, but you have to look at how it's processed, because one of the ingredients or byproducts of some of that processing is called 1,4-dioxin. That's something that's very bad for you. It's cancer causing. So even though it's not listed on the label, if you see sodium lauryl sulfate, generally you probably will find that other ingredient in there. And that's just something that makes the product foam. It's not really helping to clean. It just kind of gives you that little feeling of it cleaning. So that's something that Tom doesn't put in, and we don't use any of those ingredients in Sisel at all. So next slide, please. This one is something that I enjoy. In the morning, I enjoy a cup of coffee. In the afternoon, as well, and it's our coffee line. It's, you know, roughly $100 billion industry, and Tom, when he was looking at doing coffee for Sisel, he wanted to find out what the best coffee was. So he went to the World Coffee Association and asked them, and they said, well, and this was 2 years ago, 2.5 years, that at that point they said, well, there's this one coffee bean for the last 13 years has been rated the #1 coffee bean for taste. And so when he found out what it was, which was the Panamanian bouquet geisha bean, he went to Panama, went to the growers, and these things are grown up in the volcanic soil up in the mountains. Very nice climate for growing coffee. It doesn't make it bitter or anything like that, but he got the equivalent of 2 plantations, so he's got the product in. And so by doing that, we were able to also cut out some of the middle people. So he deals with the growers and the pickers and then has it shipped to Utah. That way we don't have to do with the middlemen, the sales agents, the storage fees, or anything like that down there. So we cut out quite a bit, which means our coffee is going to be a lower price, because that particular coffee bean, if you go online and look, Starbucks had, I believe, an 8-ounce or 12, or I think it's 8 ounces, and it was about $65 for that bean. It was a Panamanian geisha reserve. So that's what we use in ours. Now, also when we cook it, we use an infrared cooking system, because here in the U.S., the FDA has said that in California, because if you roast coffee using a high temperature, you have to have a label on your product due to what they call Proposition 65 in California, that it can cause cancer. And the reason is when you roast it at high temperatures, there's an ingredient in it called acrylamides that actually starts to produce more, and that's the ingredient that's been shown to prove or to cause cancer. And so having that is just like smoking. You have to have that warning on the cigarettes. They have to have it on the coffee in California. But what Sisel does is we use an infrared cooking system. It cooks at a little bit lower temperature, leaves the health benefits, leaves the coffee oil in there. So you're getting more of the flavor, more of the fullness, more of the body, more of the health benefits of it. And then he adds 4 nutritional herbs into it, gotu-kola, bacopa, chaga, and ganoderma. So those are all in there, and it just makes it for a great healthy coffee. We also have essential green tea and also a fire and iced tea. The fire and iced tea was originally designed, and it still is, for diabetics because it's low glycemic. There's no added sugars. It's they use pomegranate juice to make the sweetener into it. It actually will block the fat cells from being produced if you drink it first thing in the morning before you brush your teeth or anything, because toothpaste, mouthwashes usually have a sweetener in there, and a little bit of that's going to go down into your throat and all. And what happens is in your stomach, there's sensors down there, receptors that are going to start thinking, oh, there's a little bit of sugar here. That means there's more coming. Let me start building these fat cells in this body so I can catch all that and store it as fat. So this helps block that, and so it helps in weight loss as well. I had a lady that uses that product that she was saying that she had been on a plateau, hadn't been able to lose weight. She worked out, ate right, but we got her on the tea, and in 3 days she started losing weight again. She had lost 4 pounds in 3 days from just using the tea, and that was the only thing she changed. So next slide, please. And speaking of weight loss, the next item we talk about is the Sisel Trim line, and that's you hear a lot of companies, there's $135 billion that are done in weight loss products, and we've got, again, another share of that. Kurt said that my wife and I had lost a lot of weight on this. When I joined the company, I'm sorry to say, and of course it's been 5 years ago, but at that point I was over 310 pounds, and I've lost 70 of it, so I'm down for that. My wife has lost 45 pounds on these products, and I'm sorry to say we don't do a lot of working out, a lot of activity. We go for walks. There's been sometimes I walk up to 10 to 12 miles a day in the past, but I've got to get back into doing that. But these products are really something that are good for your health because there's no soy in there. We use a micellar casein whey, which means it takes all the lactose and all out of it. It's cold processed, so it doesn't hurt the whey protein that's in there. So even somebody that is sensitive to dairy, I've got some people that they say they're allergic to dairies, and they do get violently ill if they drink anything that has dairy in it. But they've tried a small amount of the shake, and they find out that it is good for them. So I recommend if you do try one of the shakes and you do have a lactose or a dairy sensitivity, try a small amount just to see first. I don't want to tell you go use it and it's going to be great for you and you can't drink it. But what's really nice about the weight loss shakes, both the chocolate and the vanilla, is the way it's processed is if you lose 25 pounds, with most other weight loss products, you've lost 25 pounds of fat and muscle. So you're losing the good parts as well, what you're trying to keep. And as some of us here in Florida, as we've got a lot of older folks, when we start aging, our muscle tone goes down. So you need to keep that up. And with Sisel's shakes, what they do is if you lose 20 pounds total weight, what happens is you usually lose about 25 pounds of fat but gain 5 pounds of muscle. And Kurt, just prior to the call, was talking about how he's been able to go back to the gym. He's been having some great weight loss notes on Facebook every so often talking about how much he's lost from using these products, from eating right, from working out. So these are things that you want to use in conjunction with a wet diet, with an exercise program so that you can lose weight. There's other products as well. We have an Ultramax, which is an energy drink, all natural, bees, vitamin B, niacin. That will help your body. The chocolate, the reason I like it is Tom, when he first started doing the chocolate, he couldn't find one that was good to use in the product because it either raised the calories up, it affected the other ingredients in there, and so he just said, hey, let's buy the cocoa beans, bring it in, we'll make our own chocolate to go into it. And so that's what they do. That's what's nice about having your own manufacturing facility. You can do that. And all these products work. There's an accelerator product that makes your body, when you take it, it gives your body the feeling of having approximately a 20-minute cardio workout. Now, you're not going to get up and do it and feel all the stress and everything or having to go on a walker, but it just does that internally. So it takes your metabolism and kicks it in where it starts burning the calories some. So the weight loss products really do work. Next slide, please. And this is one that we're really excited about. We're talking about water. Kurt had mentioned that Tom is a water chemist originally, and so he's always looked at water. When we got in 5 years ago, he kept talking about he wanted to have a water system with Sisel, but he couldn't find the right thing because most of the stuff that was out there was a reverse osmosis system, distillation, just a carbon filter. So there were things that would take out some of the impurities, but not that great on what it would take out on everything. And so you also hear some things about ionized water and what it can do, raises the pH. Well, to tell you the truth, on those particular units, to have your body's pH raised up, you'd have to drink approximately 35 gallons of water to get your pH to change in your body. So that's something actually, and Kurt can tell you since he's a doctor, but, drinking that much water, you're actually probably going to die from that because you're going to have to drink that amount in a couple of hours to have it have that effect. And your body can't drink and stand that much water at once. So with this, it is actually a hydrogen unit. So it comes through out of your tap. It goes into a filter, takes out some of the particles. Then it goes through a carbon filter, just like most of them. And it takes out the chlorine. It takes out some of the larger particles of contaminants that can go in. Then it goes into what they call a PEM, a membrane that will actually take out fluoride, takes out nutraceuticals. So your water is actually coming out. You can either have pure or hydrogen water. And then it goes into, if you hit the switch for hydrogen, it'll put hydrogen into the water. And this is something that's very healthy for your body. It goes into your cells and cleans out the mitochondria. By what it does is, because of that extra hydrogen atom or molecule, it will actually convert it to a liquid. It changes it to water. So it will flush out your system. You'll notice that you do go to the bathroom a little bit more initially when you start it. But it also has some things that will cause some energy in your body. It also helps hydrate your body, hydrates your joints, so you have a little more flexibility. So that's something that I really enjoy with the H2 water because, again, living here in Florida, I have to drink a lot of water just to stay hydrated, especially during the summer. So this is a product that I'm really thrilled with and happy to have as well. So next slide. Excuse me. So that's kind of it in all the product lines. Like I said, we've got something with these products that covers every aspect of your life. And as Kurt was talking about, talks about product, talk about product. Yes, there's a business side, and Katie is going to talk about that here in a second. But with these products, all you really need to do is, when you join Sisel, is go take a look at your house, look at the products that are in there, see what you're buying at the grocery store, specialty stores or whatever, and switch over to Sisel, and you'll find out that these products last longer. They're concentrated. They're better for you. They're healthier. You're going to feel different. Your clothes will last longer. The color stays more vibrant. You're going to lose weight. You're going to enjoy all the extra energy and all the health benefits. And so that's pretty much it on the product line, and I'll turn it back over to, I believe Katie's going to take over now.
You bet. Well, Tim, thanks for covering that. I really appreciate that, and you cover everything so well. This afternoon, I ran over to the organic grocery store, and, you just find yourself as you start feeling better and you realize that, man, I made little changes, and all of a sudden, I feel great. What if I make a couple more little changes? And I'm finding myself getting healthier living the more I go. And so I want to hand the microphone over to my friend Katie, and Katie's down in Australia. She was the inspiration for doing this webinar. She said to me one day, she said, Kurt, we need to do a call that we can introduce this easily to a lot of people. And so Katie's down in Australia. She had some illnesses of her own, and she overcame those challenges, and not only overcame the challenges of the health problem, but went on to become a bodybuilder, and she's taken some prizes, some awards home for that, and doing really, really well in that area. And and then she works full-time doing IT down there in Australia, and does this part-time, and she's building a really nice part-time income that will soon surpass her full-time income. So I'm going to hand it over to Katie.
Great. Thank you, Kurt. Thank you for introducing me, and thank you, Tim, for being on the call today. So as Kurt mentioned, I'm going to cover the business opportunity side of Sisel. And you know, the slide that we've got now, if you're watching the webinar, says the goal is to live life on your own terms. So I'm going to ask the question, do you want better health, wealth, and happiness? I'm going to assume nearly all people want those three things. And if you're listening to this webinar today, I assume that you do too. So if you want a yacht or a luxury car, then you could definitely achieve this with Sisel. And there's really no limit to what you can earn with Sisel. If you want to share your wealth with others and help a charity or cause or something that's meaningful to you, then Sisel can be that vehicle that you can use to do that. So as mentioned, today we're sharing a genuine, real health and wealth opportunity, and it can be the vehicle to fulfill your dreams no matter what they are. So the next slide talks about more time, more money, more of the moments that matter. So, you know, I'm not sure how you spend each of your days, but for most people it's going to work every day, waking up to that alarm clock, getting stuck in traffic, doing the 9 to 5 or normally the 8 to 6, and then come home, and then you've got the time to spend with loved ones and do the things that are important to you. So wouldn't it be great to have more time? And then of course, if you've got time, you need money, because money assists you to take that vacation, do those things that you'd love to do, and create those moments in your life that really matter to you, that you're going to remember forever. So I'm going to talk about the options that we have today for generating extra income. So this slide covers that, you know, the 4 main options I'm going to cover is traditional business, franchise, corporate job, and network marketing. So with a traditional business and franchise, you're going to need a large setup cost. So you're going to have to invest quite a bit of money to get started. And you're going to have to spend a lot of hours, probably going to be working 6-7 days a week, and employ some staff there. And they say the statistics are with traditional business that 95% fail within the first 5 years. So the odds aren't that great, and at the end of that you can be left with nothing. So that's something to consider as well. And there's no guarantee that you're going to be successful. So we talk about a franchise, you still need a big startup cost, but they've got a system. They're giving you a system that's normally a proven system that works if you follow it, but you're not going to start probably generating a profit till the 5th year. So with Sisel, we also had something similar to that. And we have a program called Sisel Live. I'm going to touch a little bit on that later. Then your other option is the corporate job. So the corporate job used to be the 40-40-40 rule, which is now 60-60-60. So what does that mean? It means that, you know, you're probably going to be earning around $60,000 a year, probably do that for around 60 years. And it used to be around 40, and now that's gone up because the retirement age has gone up. That sort of being in that position is not really going to get you where you want to go, because, I mean, who wants to be doing the same job for 60 years and at the end of it you're not going to have enough income to do the things that you want to do? So then I'm going to talk about network marketing. So network marketing is a fantastic option because it's really word of mouth referring. So if you're using a product that you love and that you want to share with others, then why wouldn't you want to do that and help them? So network marketing is how you can generate an income, and Sisel has an opportunity that you can do that. So with network marketing, it's really about earning a passive income. So it's money earned without active involvement. So you can earn residual payments that continue to come in even after you're not working. So you're not going to be able to do that straight away. It is going to take a few years to build up. But, you know, within 5 years, you could definitely be earning a really nice income that could replace your full-time income. So the comparison to that is an active income. So with a corporate job, you get immediate compensation. You've got financial security, but only as long as you're employed. So if you're sick or you can't make it to work, then you're not going to get paid. So that then is going to raise some challenges. How are you going to pay your mortgage? How are you going to look after your loved ones? And so that can be a real concern, and that's a concern that many people face on a weekly basis. So it's a great opportunity to look at earning a passive income and the ways that you can. So network marketing is a great way to be able to do that. So success really requires that you keep an open mind. So I'm going to share a little story about how I got started with Sisel. Well, initially I got started because I was interested in just the product. As Kurt mentioned, he loves the product. He's a product guy, and I love the product as well. And I wasn't really interested in the business side at all. I first found the toxic guide, and I looked at the toxic guide. Someone had left it in the shop, and I thought, oh, gee, I'd love to be able to avoid these toxins. My father had been diagnosed with Alzheimer's, and I was really concerned about the sort of things that contribute to illness. And so I called the lady that left that guide, and she said, I'll come around and share some products with you, and she did. And then she said, you know, would you like to join up and try these products? And I said, oh, you know, I think I'll see if I can find the products myself. So I shopped around and I tried to find products that didn't contain any toxins, and it all became too difficult. I then ended up calling her back and said, listen, I will join up and use the products. And so she came back over, and I said, okay, I'll place an order. And then she went through the business opportunity as I'm going through with you today. And I said, you know, I'm not really interested in that. I'm just interested in using the products for myself. And so I did that. And then I loved the products so much that I thought, wow, wouldn't it be great to be able to get these products for free? Wouldn't it be great to share these with others? They can get the benefit that I'm getting, and I won't have to pay for them. And then I could show them how to do the same thing so they can also get their products for free. And that's really what network marketing is, and that's the opportunity that it provides you. So I put this slide in because I thought it was quite funny, but I don't really want to go to work tomorrow, and it's a little baby crying. So, you know, every morning, I mean, most people wake up to their alarm clock and they get stuck in traffic, and they're doing a job that they probably don't really enjoy, and they're doing it just for the money. So wouldn't it be great to be able to do something that you enjoy, something that's genuinely helping others, but you're also getting the benefit, and something that has a goal of, say, 5 years. If you really commit 5 years of your life to doing this, you could be financially free. You could generate at least an extra income that would enable you to do the things that you currently can't do. So I just think that's a great thing to think about and something to seriously consider. So I'm now going to get into the compensation plan and how Sisel can generate money for you. So Sisel have this great Platinum Club that's new, and so with the Platinum Club you get a bonus for each enrolling Platinum person that you join. So you can get started with Sisel for as little as $50 a month, that's 50 PV, or you can come in at the 250 mark, and that's the Platinum level. So at the Platinum level, that would be probably ordering some products like the Triangle of Life and a couple of the weight loss products. That would reach you to the 250 PV level. But I would recommend that you do consider coming in at the Master level, because if you invest $1,000 and get started and you're serious about this as a business opportunity, then you're going to get a wide range of products, and then you're going to get to use those products and quickly build up some testimonials, and you're going to find the products that you love and enjoy. And then you're able to share those stories and those products with others, and you're going to be coming from a genuine place that's honest, and that you feel like you're really servicing people because you're providing a product that is of value. So that's coming in at the Master level. So at the very minimum, if you come in at the Platinum level, which is the 250 PV, you can earn some great bonuses. So Sisel have this great plan that if you bring in 5 new Platinums into your group, and that's you personally sponsor or anyone within your team, you can earn $125, and the enrolling sponsor is matched with also $125, and that continues to go up with a number of new Platinums that join your group. So Sisel have 6 powerful ways to get paid, and all of these add on top of each other. So as you earn and generate more income, you qualify for more of these different payout centers. So we have the Fast Start bonus, the direct commission, the Master Check Match, retail commission, and the rank advancement bonus, as well as the luxury auto bonus. So with the Fast Start bonus, this is really awesome because you get rewarded the very next day. So if you bring someone in, say you've joined them in at the platinum level, then the very next day, Sisel will pay you a Fast Start bonus of 20%. And that is paid daily, and it goes 4 levels deep, and we have a thing called dynamic compression. So that means if the person under them doesn't order, but the one below them does, it compresses up so you're paid still at the down to the 4th level. We also have a thing called direct commission. So that's paid monthly. This is where Sisel really shines because this is geared to encourage you to assist others to build their business. Because if you can see the slide now, you can see that on the 3rd, 4th, and 5th level that you get paid 10%, 10%, and 8%. And so you're actually getting paid the highest levels as you build some depth. So by assisting others to do the same thing that you're doing, and so it's great to just start off with getting product for free because obviously that's the first step in building a business and helping others. You can get the highest commissions on those levels. So the direct commission encourages you just to build depth and help others. So then they also have a thing called the Master Check Match. So as I mentioned, if you come in at the Master level, which is a $1,000 PV investment, you qualify for the Master Check Match. Then for any other people in your team or group, you can also get a bonus for each rank. So that includes 1 star to 2, 3, and 4, and up to 5 star. So this is another payout center, and as you qualify for this center, it just adds to your commission check each month and helps to generate more income for yourself. So we also have the retail commission. I really love this, and this is great, and this is where it fits into something I mentioned before, which is called Sisel Live. So we have a new program that's been launched in Australia. It's called Sisel Live, and it's about sharing products with people in their home or any other place that's convenient, and you go through a little presentation and people get to use and try the products, and then they can purchase products off you there and then on the spot. And so the idea of that is that you're introducing them to the Sisel products. They don't have to join, they don't have to become a member, but they can try the products. And by doing that, you can generate a retail commission. The commission is actually around 35%. And then if they decide they want to continue to use the products, you can say, well, why don't you join, get started as a preferred customer. Now, as a preferred customer, you will earn 20% on their orders, and that's for life. So if you find quite a few preferred customers, you can start generating a really nice income for you. And I'm going to touch on how much you can earn in the slides just further on. So we also have another payout center called Rank Advancement Bonus. So as people advance in your team and they move through the ranks, Sisel pay a bonus. And it starts at the $500 level for a 1-star master as they've advanced to that rank, and it continues to go up. So as soon as someone hits the 10-star master level, you can actually, the enrolled distributor actually gets paid $150,000, and the enrolled in sponsor $30,000. Now this seems it's quite a reach, but someone who's really serious about building a business, this is achievable. And so this is just a fantastic payout center and profit center, and another way to generate extra income with Sisel. So we also have the luxury auto bonus, which is fantastic. So the luxury auto bonus starts at the 1-star master level. So for $200 each month, you'll get paid towards a car, so you can lease a vehicle and you can start building on that. And as you get up to the 2-star, 3-star level, the luxury auto bonus payments go up. So you can never have to pay for a car again, and always continue to lease your car and change it to a better car as you desire. So now this slide here talks about how do you get started. How do you get your product for free? So the first goal is that you'd want to get your product for free and then assist others to do the same thing. So based on an average order of 250 PV per month, you would earn around 250 per month yourself. So if you help 3 people find 3, and that's a total of 12 people, so that includes 11 distributors and 1 preferred customer, that would earn exactly 250 PV per month. That doesn't include the other commission bonuses that I talked about. So that doesn't include the Fast Start bonus of 20% plus the Platinum Club, which is $125 for each new 5 distributors in your team. So that's a really nice little income to start generating. Now, that includes 1 preferred customer. If you were to find 12 preferred customers, you'd actually be generating $450 per month. So through the Sisel Live program, if you were doing that program, and as mentioned before, it is really like a franchise because it's a business in a box. You actually get the full kit, all the products, and if you follow the instructions, we have cue cards, and you plug into the training support, you really do have a proven system that works, and it's really fantastic. So if you find then 12 preferred customers, you would be generating $450 per month, which is just awesome. So Sisel's plan is a global compensation plan. So as Kurt mentioned, we're open in over 40 countries and growing. So if you join people up in any other country, the currencies automatically convert and you'll be paid in your country's currency. And so that just is a great opportunity because it's really a global opportunity. And it's not just about earning cash, but about a lifestyle change. So, you have to ask, what would, $400 a month make to you, 400 extra? What about 500 or 1,000? That's really going to provide you with a lifestyle change because you may be able to then go on those holidays that you can't go on at the moment. You can pay for the car that you can't really afford at the moment. It's just going to give you that extra income to help you get through each month and so that you're not really struggling. And finally, I just want to mention that Sisel's compensation plan pays 2 to 6 times higher than all other plans on the market. So not only does Sisel, we feel, have the best products, it also has the highest paying compensation plan. So it is really a fantastic opportunity and something that, is really great to consider, and it's a genuine opportunity. So the final slide here is really just, if you are interested in anything we've talked about today, be it product, getting product for free, or generating that extra income, please get back to the person that invited you to this webinar. Let them know you're interested and they'll assist you in getting started. So if you do want to watch this webinar, we have multiple webinars from the previous weeks. You can go to freeconferencecall.com/wall/Sisel Opportunity, and the calls are posted there. They're also on YouTube if you search for Sisel Opportunity. So again, I want to thank you today. We do hold this webinar each week, and next week we'll have some new guests on, and we'll be mixing it up and having different speakers as well. So thanks for joining us, everyone, and I hope you have a great day, or if it's evening, have a great evening.
Thanks, Katie. Thanks, Tim.
Thank you.